So, weiter geht's mit Genshin und diesmal wirklich. Ich habe gerade schon 2,5 Minuten aufgenommen und geredet und dann ja, hat sich Maxi gemeldet, die wollte hier die neuen Materialien farmen gehen. Kurz, also hat gerade, ob ich Zeit habe und da ich noch nicht die Quest getriggert habe, wobei das auch gelogen ist, ich habe es heute Morgen aus Versehen am Handy getriggert und war froh, dass ich dann hier wieder rausgelassen worden bin aus der Sequenz. Hui. Ja. Die Quest, die sich Event schimpft und die extrem nervige Bedingungen hat. Man muss die Ayato-Quest gemacht haben. Um die Ayato-Quest machen zu dürfen, musste ich die Yae-Quest anfangen, damit sich der Trigger von da unten dahin verschiebt. Also vom Baum hierhin zum Verlag. Dann wiederum habe ich jetzt das Problem, dass ich die Yae-Quest nicht weitermachen kann, weil jetzt die Event-Quest dazwischen ist. What the fuck? Wer denkt sich das aus? So, und ab jetzt habe ich keinen Bock mehr zu reden und deswegen film ab. Was ist das aber für eine Event-Quest? Festive Elegance. Deine Summe Adventurous Guild seems to have a quest for you. Look for Catherine for more details. Also, was auch sonst. Okay, eine Krone. Bei Special Invitation. Ja, gut, das ist jetzt. Das ist jetzt blöd, weil den habe ich halt schon. Krieg ich bitte dann dafür irgendwie Gems? Den habe ich schon auf C6 komplett. Den habe ich mir letztes Mal sogar noch im Shop gekauft. Weil ich dachte mir, ach, besser einmal im Shop kaufen, hast du den safe. Wie ich im Shop gekauft? Ja, hab ich. Ja gut. Ey, verdammt, hätte ich hier doch noch ein paar mehr im Shop frei gehabt. Damn. Legend of the Kazan? Was? Kasen. Okay. Bla 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 bla. Also Viereck, ich wollte gerade sagen. Irodori-Anekdotes. Auch vier. Ne, das sind Ekte und das sind Teile. Okay. Keine Ahnung. Kann man die überhaupt mittlerweile alle machen? Ah, der unlockt morgen, das heißt, ich kann eh noch nicht alle machen, das ist gut. Na, ja gut, dann habe ich so noch Zeit. Den habe ich sowieso Zeit. Gut, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine. We heard that you have a new commission for us.
That's correct. There's a requester who has submitted a designated commission for the two of you.
A designated commission? Sounds like it must be pretty important. What kind of task is it exactly?
There's no need to worry. This commission is not dangerous by any means. Perhaps you have heard that Inazuma will soon be holding a major festival, the magnificent Irodori Festival.
Yay! A festival! Oh, come to think of it, we haven't attended a festival in Inazuma for a while.
The Yashiro Commission and Lady Yae are responsible for all the festival preparations. The one who has requested your help is none other than Lady Yae herself.
Oh, so it's Miko's commission?
You know Miko. She always has some unusual ideas in her head. You can bet a festival planned by her is gonna be one to remember. We better go to Grand Narukami Shrine and see what she needs us to do.
Lady Yae is currently at Yae Publishing House in Hanamizaka, so there is no need to go all the way to the shrine. In fact, she has instructed me to have you directly meet with her there.
Oh, well that's convenient enough. Let's go then.
Wo muss ich hin? Two Tales of the Violet Garden. The Strange Tale of Suiko. Was? The Strange Tale of Suiko's Tipsy Tincture. Two Tales of the Violet Garden Act 1. Okay, kann ich ja hier schon die andere? Ne, kann ich noch nicht. Okay. Gut, machen kurz Pause. Ich habe schon wieder, also was ist Pause? Ich mache einen kleinen, Pause. Ist eine Pause? Ja, ein Cut. Ein Cut, den man nicht mitbekommt. Weitestgehend. Außer dass Paimon an irgendeiner anderen Stelle gleich schweben wird. Aber okay. Ich habe wieder irgendeine Nachricht im Discord und mich stört die 1 da jetzt so ein bisschen. Okay, das war schon. Waren literally 10 Sekunden. Warte mal, wo muss ich denn? Irgendwo da unten? Achso, und weil da die Quest ist jetzt, deswegen kann ich die Yae-Quest nicht weitermachen. Weil Yae jetzt hier benutzt wird. Ist klar.
Aratani and Kuroda, how are things coming along?
All the books and commission prints for Yae Publishing House were bound and sent out yesterday afternoon, Lady Yae.
Very good. And Murata?
We have already received word from Apekusu and Sailing Breeze that the materials are all in place for Shogun Almighty Reborn as Raiden with Unlimited Power and Pretty Please Kitsune Guji.
Well done. And what about you, Onodera? Ahem. Onodera?
Oh, yes, Lady I. Everything is ready for the new issue release party.
You are the one who organized the plans for this release party. In other words, you are the team's fearless leader now. So please, show some confidence. Besides, there's no need to be nervous. This project is destined for success. I feel quite optimistic about it. I shall specially grant you leave for the next couple of days, Onodera. Please take the opportunity to have a good rest. After all, you will be very busy on the day of the release party.
Yes, Lady I. Thank you very much.
All right then. Is everyone clear about their assignments? Good. We are running out of time, so let's get moving. Chop chop! Hello, little ones. I take it you have received my commission,
Hat sie gerade in der Öffentlichkeit vor ihrem Laden ein Meeting mit ihren Mitarbeitern gehalten? What the fuck? Aber okay.
Some organizer you are! It's nearly time for the festival and you're still over here ramping things up for your light novel business! Shouldn't you be getting back to the Grand Narukami Shrine? You weren't thinking of dumping all the festival preparations on us, were you? If so, then you can forget it! Paimon won't accept such a commission!
Ich find's traurig, dass Paimons Stimme echt gedopt worden ist, also gepitcht worden ist. Huh. Yeah, forget it.
My, such harsh words. It hurts to hear that kind of talk from you two. But as you can clearly see, I'm here working like a dog for the festival. Yet you say I'm not doing my job. Let me ask you, little ones, whoever said that the festival must involve the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Huh? But isn't that a given? This is Inazuma after all.
Yes, that is true. But now that the Sokoku decree has been lifted, Inazuma is no longer the same nation that once resisted change tooth and nail. Therefore, rather than sticking to the same old traditional festival, the Yashiro Commission and I have decided to shake things up a little. This time, we'll be holding an international cultural festival, distinctly Inazuman, but with a unique twist.
International?
I suppose I should start by telling you the origins of the Iridori Festival. Legend has it that there were 5 poets in ancient Inazuma who were supremely gifted in singing and writing poetry. They are known as the 5 Kasen. Every year, one of the 5 would present a collection of the group's poems to the shogun for review, which would then spark culture discussions regarding those works. Thanks to them, Inazuma's culture blossomed and gained great influence at that time. As time passed, people began creating various tales based on the 5 Kasen. The Iridori Festival was also developed as a result to show appreciation for their works, which so greatly enriched our lives.
Sounds like a festival that's really rooted in culture.
Indeed. To describe it in the words of the ancients, it'd be refined elegance. Unfortunately, with the flow of time, people have gradually forgotten about the 5 Kasen and the festival. Which is precisely why I've decided to revive the Iridori Festival by holding a cultural convention featuring light novels.
But wait a minute! Light novels?
What was that refined elegant stuff you just said?
Please stop looking at me with those baffled expressions. In ancient times, poetry was all the rage, but nowadays, the entertainment format of choice is light novels. The important thing is not the format, but the creative work itself. It is impossible to come up with anything fresh if you're stuck using some rigid format of the past. Speaking of which, don't you think that the concept of focusing on the now perfectly suits the current Inazuma? And besides, it's a great opportunity to reintroduce Inazuma to all Teyvat through light novels. As they say, it's two birds with one stone.
Sounds like a whole lot of thinly veiled self-justifications.
Whoa, that was close. Paimon was nearly carried away by Miko's persuasive tongue. Come on, Miko! You can't fool us. We know you by now. This is all definitely stemming from your own personal interest.
I can't deny that my hobbies had no part to play in this. However, regardless of whether it's light novels or a festival, catching people's attention with a fresh concept is the essence here. Well, what do you say? Aren't you two even a little curious about what interesting things you might see at the festival?
Maybe a little. Oh, all right. Paimon's super curious now.
Come, let's pay a visit to the venue in Rito together. I promise that it will give you a whole new perspective on the festival. There we'll meet a special someone who will tell you more about your tasks.
Oh mein Gott. Konventi? Was? Teleport? What? Go to the Rodori Festival site on Rito. A special someone. Poetry. Wer könnte das wohl sein? Gerade am Hafen von Rito. Oh mein Gott. Das könnte jetzt sogar fast schon cute werden. Cute oder nett. Konventi und cute, naja, nicht so ganz.
During the Iridori Festival, the area around the Outlander Affairs Agency will become the main exhibition space for light novels. Once things are in full swing, not only will there be lots of official and fan-created work on display, there'll also be exclusive giveaways, prizes, and new release parties. This small plaza in front of the International Trade Association will be called the 5 Kasen Plaza during the festival. And nearby shops will be selling special light novel merchandise. You certainly won't want to miss out.
Wow. How should Paimon put this? It's definitely not your typical festival, but it sure looks like it'll be quite the party.
Yeah, it's like a light novel paradise.
Huh. Miko, what are these blank boards in the center of the plaza?
Yes, those are...
Ah, Lady I did mention that there would be some reliable helpers coming to assist with the festivities. It appears she meant you two. At last we meet again, Traveler and Paimon. Tell me, how are you faring recently?
Oh, it's Ayato! Wow, so even a busy guy like yourself is here to attend the Iridori Festival.
Preparing festivals falls under the Yashiro Commission's scope of responsibilities. Seeing as Lady Yae has poured her heart and soul into the preparations, I'm obliged to be equally dedicated.
Come now, Ayato. We're not strangers here. There's no need to sound so formal. We were just about to discuss the boards over here. They're related to our little helper's tasks, so I'll let you give them a detailed rundown.
Certainly. I assume you two already know that the Iridori Festival originated from the 5 Kasen. These 5 boards are here for painting their portraits. This Iridori Festival is not only the first major festival to be held in Inazuma since the lifting of the Sakoku decree, it is also an event deeply rooted in culture and the arts. Therefore, the Yashiro Commission has personally invited several cultural celebrities from other nations. For example, the artist we have invited to paint these portraits hails from the distant land of Mondstadt. The Yashiro Commission will arrange accommodations and food in Inazuma for each of the distinguished guests. However, we fear that staying in a foreign land may feel a little uncomfortable, which is precisely why it would be ideal to have someone familiar with both Inazuma and other nations of Teyvat to serve as a guide for our guests.
I get it now, so this is our commission.
I knew you would catch on. It is our hope that you would be able to guide the guests from the harbor to their residence at the International Trade Association, while providing any necessary assistance along the way. This arrival schedule includes the details of the ships on which the guests will be arriving. All you simply have to do is go to the docks at the indicated times.
2 days before the festival, ship and guests, large passenger ship, bards from Mondstadt, a guest painter, calques, Interdependent. Estimated arrival time 8 a.m. Second day of the festival. Ship and guests, large passenger ship, calligraphers, painters from Lyra, theater mechanicus players, oh no, ich will nicht, and the guest writer, then you. Estimated arrival time 10 a.m. The third day of the festival, ship and guests, large cargo ship, stopover, 1 person. What? Estimated arrival time 9 a.m. The day following the release event, ship and guests, small passenger ship, 2 persons. Estimated arrival time 10 a.m.
It's settled then. My, look at the time. I have to meet with my editors, so I must be going now. During the festival, most of the Yai Publishing House's editors will be staying near the Outlander Affairs Agency. If you run into any problems, you may find them there.
This festival requires the full cooperation of the Tri-Commission, and there are still many minor details which require my attention, so I must excuse myself for now. I'll leave the guests in your hands.
All the details we need about the ships are on the timetable that Ayato gave us. There's much more to light novels than Paimon realized. Let's go tell our findings to Yai Miko. Let's take a closer look and be sure to pick up the passengers according to the times written on it.
Okay. Ist das hier immer noch so teuer jetzt eigentlich? Nur so aus Interesse. Ja. Warum sind die immer noch so teuer? Ist die Queen wurde aufgehoben? Die Queen. Scheiß mir, ich hab das deutsche Wort dafür nicht. Wie war das deutsche Wort nochmal? Dekret, genau. Auch wenn Dekret auch wieder so ein Wort ist, was kein Schwein irgendwie nutzt. Das sind die Wörter, wenn es nicht im Spiel vorkommt, dann nutzt man sie nicht oder lernt sie nie kennen. Also, Following Day 8. Wow. Okay. Wir haben es erst 7:30. Nee, 7:30. Ich habe noch 4 Stunden, bis ich ins Bett gehe, also bis ich schlafen gehe. Das heißt, ich habe noch 3 Stunden prinzipiell komplett zur Verfügung. Oh mein Gott. Ich lehne mich übrigens ein bisschen zurück, das heißt, mein Mikro wird ein bisschen weiter weg sein vom Mund. Ich werde eventuell etwas leiser sein. Oder halt ein bisschen mehr hallen, keine Ahnung. Also noch mehr hallen als sonst, weil ich bin sonst auch nicht mit der Schnauze davor.
According to the arrival schedule, there will be a ship arriving from Mondstadt today. The artist for the 5 Kasim portraits should be on board. The boat should be arriving soon, so let's head down to the docks.
Ja, ich sollte immer so ein bisschen Hall wahrscheinlich drin haben, weil ich bin halt nicht mit der Schnauze genau vorm Mikro. Das habe ich ein paar Mal getestet und das klingt jetzt auch nicht so geil. Ja, aber da ich jetzt hauptsächlich ja eh nur die Quest mir durchklicke und anhöre und vielleicht mal 5 Minuten maximal am Stück rede nebenbei, so wie jetzt. Nette Banner übrigens. Sind das die Bilder, die wir mit irgendeiner anderen Quest schon mal gemalt haben? Interessant. Fishing? Also da. Ja. Ist es egal. Das heißt, ich kann mich zurücklehnen und so ein bisschen entspannen auch bei den Quests. Ach nee, man sieht von hier aus den Jade Chamber fliegen. Das ist cool. Okay, man sieht auch das Schwert da hinten fliegen. Okay. So, ich laufe in die Quest rein. Ich blute mich mal kurz lange.
Yes, that's right. We are bards from Mondstadt.
Lyra? Also abgeführt, dass die heißt wie ein Instrument. Hängt die nicht immer irgendwie am Eingang von Mondstadt oben im Fenster rum? Braucht ihr nicht irgendwann 10 Samen oder 10 Weizen oder sowas in der Weekly Quest? Irgendwas war da.
Word has it that Inazuma has undergone many changes of late. We hope to find fresh inspiration here.
Paimon, what are you doing?
These guests are all bards, aren't they? Well, where's Tone Deaf Bard then? Huh. Strange. He's pretty famous in Mondstadt. Do you think he didn't receive an invitation?
Even if he was invited, there's a chance he still wouldn't show up. Und dann frage ich mich auch noch dazu, ist es so schlau als Archon in das Land eines anderen Archons zu gehen? Eigentlich nicht, aber okay.
Huh? Why's that?
Well, you know, when he's
Oh, Paimon sees what you're getting at. Even though Venti no longer rules over Mondstadt, he's still an Archon. If he came rushing to Inazuma at the first mention of a festival, not only would it seem a little childish, it would also sort of be shameless of him too.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, jetzt verstehe ich auch die ganzen Memes auf YouTube, die ich gesehen habe. Also es ist doch in irgendeiner Quest so gewesen. Oh Gott, okay. Prepare to Die Edition started.
Miss Honorary Knight, Paimon! It's Klee! Were you also invited to the Iridori Festival?
No, Albedo's the one who received the invitation. But because everyone in the Knights of Favonius has been really busy these days, Albedo arranged for someone here to issue me a dependent pass.
Greetings, Traveler in Paimon. After hearing that Inazuma was making preparations for the Irodori Festival, I predicted that I might run into you here.
Ha! Paimon knew it! Albedo's the one they've invited to paint the 5 Kasen!
Das ist jetzt der richtige Albedo, oder? Der hat seine komische Narbe am Hals. Ich bin jetzt leicht paranoid seit dem letzten Albedo-Event.
It seems that you already know why I'm here. Just so you're aware, I'll be using my pen name in Inazuma, Calx. Oh, by the way, do you know where the International Trade Association is? I'll be meeting with the editorial director of the Yai Publishing House there.
Yeah, the International Trade Association is where you'll be staying in Inazuma. We'll be heading there too.
Great. Let's get going then.
Okay, ich dachte, ich bekomme jetzt ein schönes kleines Gespräch unterwegs, aber nö, doch nicht. Okay. Inazuma, you have invited your doom. Ihr habt Klee in das Land gelassen. Verstehe den Witz mit Yoimiya. Weil die auch alles in die Luft jagt. Ah, schön.
Wow, it's so beautiful here! So many things I've never seen before.
Slow down, Klee. Please be careful not to bump into others. Telling Klee so many stories about Inazuma during the trip was probably not the best idea. As a result, she could hardly sleep all the way here. It appears she's even more excited now that we've arrived.
That's how kids are.
Strange. It seems that the editorial director, Mr. Hiroyama, isn't here yet. I'm certain he said that he'd be sure to arrive before me. This might be a problem.
What's wrong?
Well, Mr. Hiroyama was supposed to meet with me and give me some reference materials about the 5 Kasen today. That way, I could better visualize the content for my paintings.
You mean you had no idea what you'd be painting before you arrived in Inazuma?
I only know of the 5 Kasen by name. Because of the sheer age of the tale, very little has been passed down to this day. So Mr. Hiroyama decided to help me collect some more information. I'm the type of painter who can complete a painting quickly as long as I'm inspired. So I agreed on only receiving the details today.
So when do the paintings have to be done by?
According to the festival plans, the portraits will be revealed one at a time throughout the various stages of the Irodori Festival. The first one, depicting Suiko, will need to be done before the festival's official opening ceremony, which is the day after tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow? Then you're already running out of time!
There's no need to panic. When I was working on light novel illustrations, because the manuscripts are shipped by boat, things were always tight and finished at the last minute. Just last month, to ensure the latest book of A Legend of Sword would be finished for the Irodori Festival, I had to complete the final chapter's illustrations the same day I received the manuscript. I heard that my illustrations were sent to print as soon as they arrived in Inazuma. I still don't know how well they turned out.
Paimon isn't sure if she should feel sympathetic for your working conditions or compliment you on your artistic genius.
Of course, I would still prefer to receive any possible reference materials in advance, so that I can be better prepared.
Speaking of which, Miko did mention...
Oh, right! The editors of the Yai Publishing House will all be around the Outlander Affairs Agency these next few days. Who knows? Maybe Mr. Hirayama's over there too. We'll take you over there to see if we can find him, Albedo.
Alright, it's worth a try. Klee, you haven't slept for a while now. Please stay at our residence in the International Trade Association and get some rest. We will be back soon.
Okie dokie. Don't worry, Albedo. I'll be on my best behavior.
Ah. Gut für Outlander Affairs Agency. Das war das Ding da oben. Zack.
Please be mindful of your personal safety at all times.
This can't be happening. The moment we need to contact Onodera is when he's on special leave. Kuroda and I will go back to Inazuma City for an emergency printing run. The demand for this book is so high, though. Even with the emergency prints, it still might not be enough.
Despite everything, we're still lucky that we found out today. If this had happened a few days later, then we'd really be in boiling water. Hey, do you think that suspicious guy they found in the warehouse has anything to do with this?
Well, the editorial director is on his way over there to investigate the situation as we speak.
Sorry to interrupt, but what's going on here?
Oh, hey, Traveler. Don't worry. It's nothing, just an internal issue. That's all. How can I help you?
I'm looking for the editorial director, Mr. Hirayama. Does anyone know where he is now?
Mr. Hirayama is currently at the warehouse down by the harbor.
Oh, hold on a second, Murata. Excuse me, but you must be Calx, the one who was invited to paint the 5 Kasen for the festival?
Yes, that's me.
My name is Kuroda. You must be inquiring about information regarding the 5 Kasen. I do apologize, but please make yourself comfortable at the International Trade Association, and I will let Mr. Hirayama know to send you the materials right away.
Oh, no need. You guys look super busy, so we can go find him ourselves.
About that.
Excuse me, but is there something wrong with the latest volume of A Legend of Sword?
Huh? How did you know?
Since you were all aware that Mr. Hirayama needed to send me some supporting materials, that means the editorial director didn't forget about it. Instead, something urgent must have cropped up. To add to that, despite being aware that I am Calx, you were still unwilling to let me go to Mr. Hirayama directly. After considering these factors, the only reason you would try to stall me is if something happened to A Legend of Sword, which I did the illustrations for.
Well, I'm very sorry. The situation is just as you said, Calx. I suppose it doesn't hurt to tell you now. Earlier today, someone spotted a suspicious outlander sneaking around inside the Irodori Festival warehouse down by the docks. So they promptly alerted the Tenryou Commission. The Tenryou Commission was concerned about potential cargo theft, so they contacted everyone who was renting space in the warehouse. It was then that we realized that the latest copies of A Legend of Sword had suddenly gone missing.
What? The books are missing?
Shh, not so loud. Not only is this book an eagerly anticipated release in the last phase of the Irodori Festival, but the author, Chin-Yu, will be personally attending the release party as well.
Because of the dire situation, Mr. Hirayama immediately hurried to the warehouse to determine whether the theft was related to that suspicious outlander.
I see. It would be a great misfortune if a Legend of Sword would not be released on schedule. And quite a disappointment for Chen Yu as well. If Mr. Hirayama has gone to the warehouse at the docks, then I'll go down to see if I can be of any help.
So the author of A Legend of Sword is J.U. Sounds familiar. Hey, isn't that Xingqiu's pen name?
Oh, do you know him?
We've met on a couple of occasions.
Xingqiu would definitely be upset if he discovers his books are missing. Let's accompany Albedo to the warehouse too.
Das erklärt, warum man Albedo sag ich schon, warum man Xingqiu als Charakter bekommt in dem Event. Auch wenn Albedo irgendwie viel schnuckeliger gewesen wäre. Aber ich sollte mit meinem C2 Albedo nichts sagen. Wieso bekomme ich eigentlich immer bei den ganzen Geo-Leuten immer die nächsten Cons schon direkt hinterhergeworfen? Okay, what?
Huh? It's you! Why are you here?
I'm here on behalf of the Tenryou Commission, of course. Is that surprising?
No, Sarah, Paimon wasn't talking about you! So, Tone-Deaf Bard. The suspicious outlander in the warehouse wouldn't happen to be you, would it?
Considering the evidence, it appears that the suspicious outlander is indeed me.
As I have told you, you are a suspect. Before your allegations of theft and illegal entry as a stowaway are cleared, you are to remain silent. Don't make me say it again. Traveler, Paimon, do you know this self-proclaimed bard from Mondstadt?
You could say we are good familia.
Listen, Sarah. Knowing him, it's safe to say that he wasn't behind the theft. But what's this about being a stowaway?
Although he claims to be a special guest for the Iridori Festival, he's failed to present his invitation letter. Therefore, we can only suspect that he might have entered the country illegally. And just a moment ago, we caught him in a dandelion wine crate near the Sailing Breeze.
Could we ask him a few questions?
If it would help shed any light on the situation, then please, be my guest.
Oh, Venti! You didn't really come here illegally, did you?
Ouch, your words wound me. We've been apart for so long, and the moment we meet again, all I'm greeted with is grilling questions and suspicious glares. You arrived in Inazuma via similar means, or so I heard. You of all people should be more understanding, don't you think?
Similar means?
Let's not bring up past now.
I merely jest. Fear not, for the person who sent me the invitation is none other than Kamisato Ayato of Yashiro Commission. It's unlikely that someone acquainted with the likes of him would ever be here illegally, right?
But why weren't you on the same ship as the other bards?
Well, once I received the invitation letter, I couldn't help but want to come to Inazuma a little early. It was then that I happened upon a cargo ship bound for Inazuma transporting dandelion wine. So, naturally, I decided to set sail with them. Once aboard, I found the captain to be a kindred spirit, and I was treated to an abundance of fine liquor along the way. I must have fallen asleep in the cargo crate while carefully comparing the tastes of dandelion wine and Inazuman sake. And when I woke up, I found myself in this warehouse with a Tenryou Commission general glaring at me from atop the grate.
Coming from Venti, this story is quite believable. But it still feels a bit...
Shameless.
Excuse me, I'm the owner of the stolen goods from the IA Publishing House, and there are some questions I would like to ask you. Based on what you just said, it seems you've been in the warehouse for some time now. If that's the case, did you happen to hear anything unusual?
Actually, I did hear some faint footsteps around me a couple of times, but I didn't consider the sound anything out of the ordinary.
but if you clearly heard something, why didn't you feel it was unusual?
Oh, I seem to understand now.
Huh? What did you notice, Albedo?
When it comes to burglars, they are generally associated with prying or rummaging through things. What Venti means is that he did not hear anything unusual like that. As for the sound of footsteps, because this is a warehouse where many goods are coming in and out each day, it is quite normal for people to be walking around.
I see. But if that's the case, then we're back to square one regarding the stolen books.
No, not quite. From the facts that have been presented to us, we can draw at least 3 conclusions now. First, whoever took the novels is not a spur-of-the-moment burglar. They had their sights on the books from the very beginning. Second, the culprit was very familiar with the warehouse and might even have a key. And third...
Mir fällt gerade was ein. Ist das Irodori-Festival ein Ersatz fürs Windblumen-Festival dieses Jahr? Das war letztes Jahr auch im April, glaube ich, oder? Oder nicht? Weil, ich meine, jetzt ergibt es auch Sinn, dass Venti und Ayato den ersten Run jetzt haben in der Patch-Hälfte. In der ersten Patch-Hälfte. Weil beide drin vorkommen. Und Ventis Rerun hätte ich eigentlich auch erst erwartet dann beim Windblumen-Festival, was ja offenbar diesmal dann nicht stattfindet, weil 1.7... Wann kommt der raus, der Patch? Okay, kommt Mai raus. Könnte immer noch ein Blumenfestival sein. N2.8 war, glaube ich, dann das Goldapfel-Archipel. Egal. There must be more than one criminal involved.
I knew you'd catch on, Traveler. One person couldn't possibly transport so many heavy books in such a short window of time. It must have been a team effort. It goes without saying that Venti clearly does not match up with our culprits.
Yes, I agree with your reasoning. Mr. Hirayama, the Tenryo Commission will continue by investigating the warehouse staff. If you come across any further clues, please notify us immediately.
Yes, understood. I'll leave it to you then.
I suppose I'm free as a bird then.
Not so fast. Even though we've cleared the theft allegations, we still haven't ascertained whether your arrival in Inazuma was legal or not.
Aw, 'tis a shame. I thought surely after my honest account you might let me off the hook.
Sara's quite the meticulous one. So, where's your invitation letter, Venti?
Yes, the invitation letter. I'm truly sorry. I can't seem to remember where I may have put it.
How could you lose something so important?
Don't be mistaken. I was well aware of how important it was. But I didn't bring any luggage with me, and the letter was too big to fit in my pocket. So I kept it in my hand the whole trip. Strange. Though I had a little too much to drink, I know that I kept it in a secure place. I even recall being most pleased at coming up with a good idea at the time.
If you were holding the invitation in your hand the whole time, then why did you put it down?
Well, to properly compare the taste of Mondstadt wine and Inazuman sake, I had to hold a glass in each hand. I couldn't both hold the invitation and a glass at the same time. But surely I wouldn't put it in just any random place. It could easily be misplaced.
In which case, I believe there's only one place it could be. Have you figured it out, Traveler?
Huh? You're way ahead of Paimon. Do you two already know where the invitation letter is?
In his head.
Ah, yes! I remember now. I knew you'd help me find it.
This is indeed an invitation letter issued by the Yashiro Commission. Now that we've confirmed this guest's identity, I have no further questions. However, starting tonight, I would advise you to stay at the International Trade Association. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be leaving now.
There goes Sara. All right, let's go talk to Mr. Hirayama about Albedo's reference materials.
Mr. Hirayama, I'm Calx. We had originally arranged to meet today.
Ah, yes, so you are Calx. I'm very sorry that you've arrived in Inazuma only to find such a mess. These are the materials regarding the 5 Kassen. All the information that we could find is compiled here.
Oh, what the fuck? Ich will doch jetzt nicht so viel lesen. Oh Gott. Okay. Das könnte jetzt ein bisschen dauern. About the 5 Kazen. Long ago there were 5 legendary poets in Inazuma. Supremely gifted in music and writing. They were honored as the 5 Kazen, meaning 5 fairies of singing and poetry. It is said that the shogun loved their works profoundly. That every year one of them would go to Tenshukaku and present their new poetry collection for the shogun's perusal, whatever, I don't know. The 5 Kazen are known as Suiku, Suiku, Aoino, oh Mann, jetzt kann ich den Namen nicht aussprechen. Aoino Okina, Akahito, Sumizome, and Koronushi, respectively. But their real names are lost in history. According to a widely accepted theory, Tales of the 5 Kazen had once been repeatedly adapted and performed on stage, with the 5 characters each dressed in a distinct color: green, blue, red, white, and black. Over time, theatergoers started referring to them by these colors, hence the names we see today. Still, there exist other theories. For instance, some believe Suiku was named after his dwelling, thatched cottage called Suiku Hut. Some also say that the Aka in Akahito was derived from the poet's habit of marking his works with a scarlet red seal. Of the Tales of the 5 Kazen. Everyone in Inazuma knows the tale of the 5 Kazen, and stories featuring them were once all the rage in Inazuma. What is unfortunate, however, is that despite their popularity and abundance at the time, not much detail has survived till today. Most were probably lost during the Great Calamity 500 years ago. According to existing literature during the Golden Age, when many such stories were being created, they usually followed the same set of rules. 4 poems in succession, each telling a fragment of the story from a Kazen's point of view, with the 4 together completing the whole tale. What was curious was that no single chapter seemed to be narrated from Koronushi's perspective. 5 Kazen summary. Suiku, a free, sake-loving soul born into an ordinary family. Some say he got the name Suiku from Suiku Hut, the thatched cottage she lived in. Aoi no Okina, an old man accomplished in chess. In addition to poems, he has also left behind a few novels. Some say he was actually a shogunate official who had not made a name until his senior years. Others say he was not a human, but a very old kitsune in human form. Akahito, a talented sportsman who most likely came from a martial family. Some say his name was derived from his habit of marking his works with a scarlet red seal. Sumizome. She was once a shrine maiden skilled in floral arts and dancing. Later she became the shogun's personal attendant. Some say she resigned from her position after she became famous and devoted herself to artistic creation. Others say she kept serving the shogun into her old age. Koronushi. Little is known about him, nor does anyone know who he really is. Maybe this explains the more varied versions of his identity and personality from story to story as compared to the other 4 Kazen. Es war jetzt fast 4 Minuten, die ich gelesen habe. Wow.
Let's see here. Yes, it's just as I had suspected. Monikers such as Suiko and Aoi no Okina aren't the real names of the 5 Kazen. Though there were once many stories regarding each of the 5 Kazen, the validity of their contents can no longer be verified in present times. Alas, what a shame. But at the very least, we know that most of the stories were written according to a similar style, so there is still something we may glean from this.
So, is the info useful for your paintings, Albedo?
To some extent, yes. However, I must admit that it is still lacking and fails to fulfill the most crucial element: inspiration.
I am sorry that this information is not as exhaustive as you had hoped. However, it is not possible to gather anything more at the moment. Though Lady Yae did say that there are many variations of the story about the 5 Kasen, and everyone has a different story in their heart. So all you need to do is follow through with what's in your own heart, and create something that you yourself find interesting.
That does sound like something Miko would say.
Thank you, Mr. Hiroyama. No need to worry. I'll find inspiration for the portraits.
Great. I'll leave it to you then, Calx. Oh, and there's one more thing I need to ask of everyone. Tomorrow morning, Mr. Genyu, the author of A Legend of Sword, will be arriving in Inazuma by boat. If you see him, please do not mention the stolen novels for the time being. Whether the stolen books are eventually recovered or not, the Yae Publishing House will do its best to ensure that the novel's release is a success.
I get it now.
You have my gratitude. I'll be going then.
Well, seems there's nothing more we can do here. Let's go. Huh? Betty? What are you doing over there? You don't want us to leave you behind, do you?
Traveler, Albedo, would you mind coming over here for a moment? There's something peculiar that I think you should see.
5,000 Summary. Kann ich eigentlich jetzt die Quest weitermachen von... Ja, ich kann die Quest weitermachen. Egal.
What is it, Venti? A piece of paper?
Indeed. When I awakened to find myself in the warehouse this morning, I discovered this paper in the cargo crate where I was sleeping. I didn't think much of it then. I thought it was merely a scrap piece of paper that had fallen into the cargo. After a quick glance, I stuffed it into a place nearby. But on second thought, I think it's worth having you take a look at what's written on it.
The 5 Kasen Splendor, Suiku. Mind drilling was far from the wider world, but for my fame my peace was disturbed. In blue clad I went before Tenshukaku to present our work, but Ori's work was missing a page. I knelt and begged for divine wrath to be stilled, and told what I knew of how it was lost. The previous night I had been drunk, and then a person's shadow had passed over me. Some treacherous scoundrel must have stolen the poem, leading to my great loss of face.
Let me see. Suiko chapter. Wait a minute. Isn't Suiko the name of one of the 5 Kasen?
The story told in this poem roughly boils down to Suiko getting tipsy and letting some poems that were meant for the shogun get stolen. Ah, this story sounds familiar to my ear. Where have I heard it?
Klingt nach dir.
Seriously? It's literally the same story you just experienced yesterday.
Oh, indeed it is. Interesting, isn't it?
It almost seems related to the stolen novels.
Yes, I concur. The person who left this paper could quite possibly be the criminal, or even a witness to the theft. But why leave the paper here in such a fashion? And if the one who left it here was a witness, why didn't they attempt to stop the burglary?
All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Meeting together in Inazuma like this is a most rare occasion. Since we've been busy from the start of the day, let us find an inn with good drink to keep our thirst at bay.
Hey! You just sobered up and you're already thinking about more drinks? And let's not forget that Albedo still has a portrait to complete. We don't have time to be slacking off.
No, it's fine. Let's all go for a drink together. It'll be my treat.
Wait a minute. What about your portrait?
As I mentioned before, I'm the kind of artist who can work quickly once I'm inspired. And now, it seems I've found my source of inspiration. If I use a model as reference for the piece, we must pay him back with the appropriate recompense.
In that case, we'll need to order more dishes.
Okay.
One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
really came through, Albedo. You were able to complete the first portrait before the opening ceremony.
Okay.
Yes, it really is a sight to behold. Not only does it harken to the traditional style of Inazuma, but it also makes use of modern aesthetics. My figure is particularly striking. Even though I'm sound asleep in the portrait, I still appear as glorious as always.
Hey, don't get too full of yourself, Tone Deaf Bard. You were just a model. The person in the artwork isn't actually you. Well, Albedo, who will be your next portrait?
The next one will be Aoi no Okina of the 5 Kasen.
Albedo, might I suggest waiting a little before starting on the next one? Who knows? You might soon discover another story.
Another story?
I believe he's referring to the possibility of finding another paper with tales of the 5 Kasen. According to the reference materials I was given, we've only found the first of a total of 4 chapters.
Do you think the mysterious person who left the first paper will strike again?
It certainly is a possibility. Also, there are some points regarding the stories of the 5 Kasen that have left me rather curious. For example, the reference materials make mention of 5 legendary figures, yet all the popular stories only consist of 4 parts. It appears that throughout all the stories, there is never a chapter dedicated to Kuronushi.
Yes, I'm also curious about these stories myself. But who knows? They may merely be akin to the old saying in Mondstadt. Seeds of stories brought by the wind and cultivated by time. So for now, we need but just wait patiently.
Donation blessing now 10% off.
The Magnificent Irodori Festival has started. The Moon and Stars inscribe. Habe ich jetzt gerade eigentlich das Gespräch weggeklickt oder war das durch? Ich habe mit dem Controller so ein bisschen rumgemacht gerade. Ja. Lass ich raten. Die 4 Leute, die vorkamen, waren nur die 4 Pseudonyme vom letzten. Ryu Nishiki E. Return to Event. Achso, das. Ach. Das ist wie so ein Treppichon, nur mit 5 Dingern. Also, das war 5 nochmal. Hexa war 6. Verdammt. Quadcore. Hexacore. Octacore. Damn. Fällt mich ein. Complete what the blue flowers left behind quest on bla 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 bla. Okay. Must read what the blue flowers left behind. Aha. Achso, das ist Act 2 sogar. Okay, gut. Head of the Rito Dogs according to arrival schedule. Okay, das sind echt. Was ist das für ein gutes Summen? Moment. Irgendwo von draußen kommen komische Summen. Okay. World Quest, Iodori Poetry Part 1. The Monster Bard Lenny is discussing poetry passionately with the Inazuma poet Otomo. Okay, I don't care. Ich will erstmal die Quest machen.
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes.
Okay.
Now to start reeling them in.
Ich habe ganz viele Quests und dann habe ich auch noch wahrscheinlich, wer weiß wie viele Minispiele. Das ist viel zu viel für einen Patch. What the hell? Dieses Dumm draußen geht mir auf den Sack. Irgendwie eine Namenlage oder so. Keine Ahnung. Event Details. Achso. Was? Also. Hey, hä? Moment. Achso, immer wenn ich das gemacht habe, kann ich das machen. Okay, und Legend of the Carson. Das ist einfach nur das. Okay. Special. Okay, keine Ahnung, wie ich da rankomme. Aber gut, dann habe ich jetzt einen Teil gemacht. Wenn ich jetzt hier, gut, heute Abend Könnte ich sogar noch einen machen. Habe ich noch was anderes vor sonst? Die Daily Quest. Ne, ich habe jetzt noch gut fast 2 Stunden. Wieso habe ich heute so viel Freiheiten und Freizeit? Was ist denn kaputt? Zu Abend gegessen? Ich habe alles andere gemacht. A story for you. Speak to Albedo. Das will ich aber jetzt gar nicht machen. Oder sollte... Ja gut, oder ich sollte es eventuell doch machen, weil die nämlich dazugehören. Dann mache ich immer die Quest und dann mache ich die World-Dinger dazu. Und das ist eine gute Idee, glaube ich. Das ist nämlich eine sehr gute Idee, weil dann kann ich jetzt auch ein bisschen reden noch. Zack. Otomo. Miss, I see that you've been walking back and forth in this area for some time now. I believe you must be someone who appreciates the elegance of the arts. There's a question of elegance I might need your help with. Would you mind lending me your aid? Was ist das für ein komisches Geräusch? Ich muss kurz pausieren. Ich muss gucken, was es ist. Oder hören, was es ist. Moment. So, okay. Dieses komische Gejaule ist die Alarmlage irgendwie beim Industriegebiet. Von der riesigen Kabelfirma. Okay. Yes, what is it? So, I have only just met this man. Lenny, apart from Mondstadt, over here, we have already become fast friends. Otomo speaks the truth. We have only known each other for a few days, but I already have the greatest respect for his great learning. Hehe, you are too kind, Lenny. In any case, we have made friends through poetry, and we are taking this opportunity to write a few collaborative works. Since Lenny has gone through all of the effort to come to Inazuma, he really wants to add a bit of that Inazuman flavor to his work. Indeed, unfortunately, my itinerary has been far too tight. I haven't had time to really go around and see the sights. So what can I do for you? Friend, the theme of the poem I wish to write is nostalgia. Nostalgia, whatever. Upon seeing the sights in a distant land, a vagabond cannot help but remember their home. That is why I need to add some things into my poem that symbolize this distant place. Will you help me take a few pictures from which I can draw some inspiration? Oh nein, nicht schon wieder Kameragedöns. Inazuma should have a great number of unique sights to see, yes? For example, when you speak of Mondstadt, everyone's minds will turn to dandelions or windwheel asters. Open gets it now. Well, in that case, let's take a few pictures of some of Inazuma's regional specialties. That should do it. Indeed, I would be in your debt if you would. Allow me to also write a copy of my half-done poem manuscript, just for you to use as reference material. As for the number of pictures I will need, I think 4, each showcasing different contents will do. I will also pay for any travel fees you may incur in the process. Well, Nisha, since Nanny's request seems clear, let's head out right now. Nostalgia, upon seeing the sights in a distant land, a vagabond, blah blah. But remember the home, it would be nice. It would be nice to depict some things that symbolize this distant place. Take pictures of Inazuma and regional specialities. Ich hasse S-Wörter. To get key inspiration material. According to the poems, Lenny and Otomo, you can take pictures in specific regions after receiving daily themes to obtain inspiration. Ah, okay, zumindest kann ich die normale Kamera nutzen. The more material you obtain, the better you can help the poets. Lenny and Otomo. Figure out more poetic stanzas, thus helping them to complete their poems faster. Aha. Okay. Ja gut, okay. Auf zum Schrein, da sind die lila Dinger. Wobei halt, Maxi hat, glaube ich, vor ein paar Tagen welche gesammelt. Sind die noch da? Sind die wieder da? Die sind wieder da. Okay. Take Photo. Man sieht zwar rein gar nichts, aber egal. So, dann das Narukami-Lied. Oh ja, Paimon, irgendwelche Texte, die man nicht lesen kann, schnell genug. So, überlegen. Hier unten sind irgendwo auch noch die Käfer. Das weiß ich, ausnahmsweise sogar. What the fuck war das bitte mit der Kamera? Wo kommt ihr bitte her? Wenn ich wegen euch jetzt den Käfer umbringe, dann drehe ich durch. Dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab. So. Take Foto. Zählt das? Es zählt noch. Okay.
Time to go.
Die müssten doch auch zählen, oder? Okay. Das Spiel hat was dagegen, wenn ich das Ganze so mache. Okay, die zählen offenbar nicht. Warte mal, mehr hier unten ist doch bestimmt irgendwo was. Hui. Hui. Was? Hier ein Wolf jaulen. Aber eigentlich gibt es keine Wölfe hier, außer die komischen Dingerwölfe, aber die sind nicht in diesem Gebiet. So, hier Seegras, Seaweed. Hä? Bin ich blöd? She was doing... Was? Na grad. Ja, die Take Photo-Dingens, aber... Dann hole ich mir halt diese anderen komischen Dinger. Moment. Ich weiß ganz genau, wo die sind. Hier sind die nämlich am Meer. Die komischen blauen Dinger. Kann ich jetzt auch nicht jeden Tag mir da irgendwas abholen gehen? Und ich habe schon wieder die Hälfte verpasst, weil ich es nicht direkt zu Anfang gemacht habe. Das wäre arschig. Aber das Seegras war doch auch nur hier in Inazuma, oder? Wann? Nee, sonst gibt es doch kein Seegras. Ach, das nimmt er wieder. Ist klar. Well, sitzt for pictures in any needs. Let's go back and look for him. Was von diesen Dingern geht schneller? Die sind alle beide kacke zum Portieren. Teleportieren. Zack. Hui, wusch. Oh, bitte lass es nur eine Quest sein mit denen. Ich will jetzt keine Fotosafari hier machen müssen. Ich kann nur einen ansprechen. Gut. Ah, it's you. Have you finished taking those pictures? I've taken them. Wonderful. You have my thanks. Let me have a look. Oh my, I've never seen any of these. And this picture is wonderful. This also seems quite noteworthy. Grant, your photos are a true inspiration. Many thanks. Now I have attempted to write several different stanzas according to the pictures you provided me. I'm quite torn as to which to use. I'm quite curious, actually, if it were you, which would you use? But create poem. Take a picture and gather inspiration like more stanzas. The day I took my leave of loving, I found... Was? The day I took my leave of loving, I found I loved all things again. And tired at least of seeking and striving, I heard again freedom's refrain. Radiant flowers are brought to bloom, the scent a novel, lovely strain. And suddenly I saw that was the unseen breeze that helped push me from home shores. In the wood lies armor of a violet hue. 'Tis the unspoken blessing from a frightened god. Of distant lands joys my heart was dissuaded. North, but the slim grass song remained. The land crest under distant skies gleaming. To mountain nights I brought that fame. Nehmen wir das erste. Klingt am besten noch. The meaning of these two is that the wind brings the flowers fragrance, which intimately linked to the line that follows immediately after. Miss, you truly have a good eye. Otomo, since both you and our new friend here are both very enamored of these two lines, then let us use them. Friend, thank you once again for your aid. Und lass mich raten. Ich darf euch jetzt jeden Tag einmal... Ja. Darf ich jetzt jeden Tag einmal helfen. Aber ich würde das jetzt nicht alles am Stück machen. Ich würde das jetzt sogar täglich dann kombinieren. Oder partlich. Das heißt, nach dem mache ich das. Story for you. So, guck ich mir noch die an. Das ist schon wieder so eine Pseudo-Special World Quest. Ist das Yai? Nee, Rika. Du siehst irgendwie so special-mäßig aus mit deinen Ohren. What?
What a coincidence. I was wondering where I might be able to find you, and
Ist das
here
jetzt...
you are.
Ist das jetzt die Quest, die ich gerade angeklickt habe, die Weltquest, oder ist das jetzt die andere Quest? Jetzt bin ich verwirrt. Nebenbei habe ich mir Schokolade geholt zum nebenbei, ja, schmelzen lassen auf der Zunge, während ich mir das anhöre. Miss me?
Yes, indeed. I believe Klee has missed you tremendously. Alright, as much as I'd like to sit and chat with you, this time I'm here mainly for Klee. Before bringing Klee here, I told her many stories about Inazuma. It got her very excited to experience the local culture here. However, I've got other things to do in Inazuma this time besides painting the portraits of the 5 Kasen. Over the next couple of days, I won't have the time to show her around. Inazuma is not like Mondstadt. I can't just let Klee wander off by herself when I'm busy with other things. So I had to have her stay at the International Trade Association while I finish my work. She hasn't complained, but I can tell she's not enjoying being stuck there on her own. Fortunately, I now have you and Paimon. So,
Yay! Miss Honorary Knight's here! What you talking about, Miss Honorary Knight? Are we gonna go play?
Clea, you're saying you'd like to go and play?
Yeah! But Albedo is really busy. I can't go too far away or he'll be worried about me.
Aw, Klee, you're such a thoughtful kid.
Verdammt, unlike Paimon.
Paimon's very thoughtful, thank you very much. Paimon always thinks of you whenever she's eating a delicious slime.
Well, that settles it. You're very thoughtful.
Anyway, it is pretty cruel not to let Klee go out when she was so excited to come here.
We'll look after Klee.
Yep. Allow the almighty traveler and dependable Paimon to bring Klee on a tour of Inazuma.
Let's take it somewhere interesting. Let's introduce her to someone interesting. Okay, Yoimiya, here we come.
Klee, do you want to go play with Miss Honorary Knight?
Yay! You bet I do!
As you know, Klee is our Spark Knight. You must keep her safe and sound. By which I mean, try to keep her out of trouble. For instance, if a mountain in Inazuma was to lose one of its peaks, or if there were an explosion somewhere in the city, Klee could very well get in trouble.
Got it, no explosions.
Glad to hear it.
I promise I'll bring you back an awesome souvenir, Mr. Albedo.
Great. I look forward to it.
There's loads of cool things to do in Inazuma. Try the local cuisine, visit a shrine. What do you want to do, Klee? The passenger ship from Liyue that we're supposed to meet should be arriving soon. Let's go to the docks.
Cuisine?
What's that? You know that Shincho will be on board, right? So we should be careful not to say anything about the stolen novels. You know, food and drink. Paimon just meant we could take you to a local restaurant.
Restaurant? Yay! Snack time!
Got it! Alright, snack time it is! Let's go!
Haben sich gerade die zwei Voicelines überlagert? Von der Act 2 Quest hier und hier von Act 2 und Dingens? The fuck? Walk a clear round. Ja, sag doch einfach gleich, ich soll nach Inazuma City gehen und Yoimiya einen Job geben. Weil das war auch irgendwie so ein Meme und es würde zu gut passen einfach. Feuerwerkskönigin mit Bombenspezialistin. Passt zu gut.
Wow, something smells so good. I think it's coming from the steaming thingy. Miss Honorary Knight, look at this noodly soup. It's so pretty. There's so many nice things inside.
It's not noodly soup. It's tonkotsu ramen, actually.
Oh, so, what are those yellow and red thingies on that plate?
You're kidding, right? Those are tri-flavored skewers.
And what about this little yellow cake?
That's an egg roll. They're amazing. Have you really not tried one before?
Wow, tonkotsu ramen, tri-flavored skewers, and egg rolls. They all sound delicious.
They sure are. Guess you're not from around here if you haven't tried any of these before. Let me buy you an egg roll with my allowance so you can get a taste of our Inazuman food.
Really? But Master Jean said I shouldn't go taking other people's things.
Also, that's your allowance, right? Taking another kid's allowance just seems kind of wrong.
Don't take it small. I cook some myself.
Oh, I remember you. You're Yoimiya's friend. How come you know how to make egg rolls?
Egg rolls are a piece of cake for this gal. Why don't you make some for Klee and Iwao?
Sure, and I'll throw in some for you too.
Really? Wow, Paimon is so touched. You're learning. All right, we'll be waiting on those egg rolls.
Ja, und das sagen sie genau vor dem Imbiss-Händler, Imbissinhaber. Yo, Dude, wir machen die selber mit deinem Kochtopf. Vor allem Egg Rolls, da habe ich was ganz anderes gerade im Kopf.
Special yakitori for sale. Come and try some.
Ja.
Miss Honorary Knight, what do egg rolls taste like?
Nach Ei. Ich habe sogar welche. Gut. Schwein gehabt.
Wow, you really can cook them. You're awesome, ma'am.
It's sweet. So yummy.
Yep. It's delicious. Traveler, you are the best.
Yeah, these egg rolls are pretty good, but I still think Yoimiya's are better.
Who is Yoimiya? She makes egg rolls too?
She runs the fireworks shop. Okay, Inazuma, you're doomed.
Yoimiya can do anything. She tells stories, keeps goldfish, makes fireworks, and gives us candy too. Yoimiya's pretty much the best and most awesome person ever.
For me, the best, most awesome person in the world is my mom. And Klee knows loads of other great people too, like Mr. Albedo, Miss Honorary Knight, Master Jean, Kaya.
Surely she's not going to name everyone she knows.
Oh, well, I don't know any of those people. But anyways, I still want to introduce you to Yoimiya. If you want, I'll take you to find her. In most festivals, Yoimiya's so busy that you can never find her. But this festival's different. She has free time, so she can play with us. She seems like she hasn't been in a great mood recently. But maybe seeing you will cheer her up.
Okay, let's go play with Yoimiya.
War schön dich gekannt zu haben, Yumiya, Inazuma. War da gerade im Hintergrund irgendwo dann pink? Okay, zumindest ihr Player-Model. Oh Gott, Gotonaga Nohara Fireworks. Ich weiß, die Aufnahme ist schon wieder sehr lang, aber das ist halt so irgendwie Day One jetzt für mich und das mache ich dann in einem Stück jetzt. Auch wenn ich eigentlich mal wieder im Discord gucken müsste, ob sich genug Leute für TT gefunden haben oder nicht. Mache ich eventuell ganz schnell, sogar ohne pausieren. Okay, nur Echo hat geantwortet. Das wären 4 Leute. 4 Leute spiele ich nicht mit. Also wäre das geklärt. Gut. Oh no.
Mia, don't be sad. Oh, I know. Let me tell you something that'll cheer you up. Yesterday, I won 3 beetle fights in a row against that guy with the horns on his head.
Wow, Matsuzaka. Nice work. It's not easy to beat Ito.
Don't worry, Yoimiya. Maybe you can't light fireworks during the Iridori Festival, but there are still lots of other fun things to do.
I know. Thanks, you guys. It's just that fireworks are banned in the city for a few days. I'm not that upset, really.
Yoimiya, it's me! I want to introduce you to a new friend, an Outlander girl. I just met her. Wait, what's your name again?
Klee! My name is Klee.
Nice to meet you, Klee. I'm Yoimiya, and I run Naganahara Fireworks.
Hello.
I love the cute outfit, with the hat and the cool little symbols. So unique. And your backpack, wow, it's really well made.
That's a 4-leaf clover. Mom and Master Jean said it can bring me good luck.
Really? That's awesome! I bet everyone would love one of those. Also, that little fairy on your backpack is super cute, too.
That's Dodoko, my best friend. We always go fish blasting together in Starfell Lake.
Oh, Dodoko? What an interesting name. I really like it.
Yep. My mom says that when a Dodoko is born, it rides the wind and goes off on a big adventure.
Ride the wind and go off on a big adventure? Klee, your mom sounds like a very cool person.
Yep, my mom is the best and most awesome person ever. And Yoimiya, Iwao was right. You're a really cool person too.
Thanks, Klee. I feel like we really get each other. We'll be great friends, I'm sure of it.
It's so heartwarming watching these two chat away.
Hey, Klee! Since you like 4-leaf clovers so much, why don't I make a firework with a 4-leaf clover pattern and set it off for you?
Yeah! And after the fireworks, we can go fish blasting with Dodoko.
Hold on a second. Fish blasting? No way. Albedo was pretty clear about that.
No explosions allowed.
Oh, oops. I got so excited that I completely forgot about that. The folks from the Yashiro Commission specifically warned me that no fireworks are allowed in Inazuma during the Iridori Festival.
What? It's not allowed? But... Aww... Okay, then.
Hey, come on. You just made a new friend. This is a happy occasion. Why are you suddenly so upset?
Don't be sad.
Yeah, we still have loads of things we can do.
Let's go check out the Irodori Festival.
Right, just like Saika said. There are lots of fun things to do.
What do you say, Klee? Sounds like the Irodori Festival could be a real blast.
Okay, then. Let's go!
Come on, me and Klee to see the Irodori Festival. Story for you. Achso, ich werde trotzdem mit dem kleinen Girl hier noch reden.
I still don't get why Yoimiya is upset.
Dummy, Yoimiya is upset because she can't set off fireworks for everyone during the Iridori Festival.
Sagt er was anderes?
It's alright. I know Yoimiya is upset because she can't light any fireworks. You should go with her to the Iridori Festival. I'm gonna take my strongest Oni Kabuto and go beat that guy with the horns on his head in a beetle battle again. I'll cheer Yoimiya up in my own way.
Ja, gelogen. Itu wird doch andauernd besiegt. Sagst du was Eigenes?
I still don't get.
Nein, tust du nicht. Gut. Ja, für das es eine Weltquest ist, ist es sehr lang und vor allem sie ist vertont. Es ist eine Special World Quest.
Here we are, the venue of the Iridori Festival. Look at all these stalls.
Outlander Brigade. When the wind of death blew towards the blonde samurai? Oh, what a long name. Must be a new one. I've never heard of it.
By Kawabunga Iki. Yoimiya, this is a really strange name.
Who's this Kawabunga? It's pronounced Kayabuki Ike. That would be me. Outlander Brigade is a new series of mine, and When the Wind of Death Blew Towards the Blonde Samurai is the first volume.
Outlander's Brigade? Is it a story about the best of friends? Kaya says that every good story has to have best friends in it.
Absolutely not. I would never allow such cliches in one of my novels. This is a book about betrayal, blood, and tears. A long and lonely struggle. A stubborn samurai's path to the truth. This is the kind of story that needs to be told.
Oh, is that right? Well, I'm not sure that's a very, suitable story for Klee. We might keep looking around.
Hey, miss! Don't go! Are you sure you don't want a copy? I'll give you 40% off.
Ach, das ist so ein hier Manga-Con. Gummikette, oder wie sie alle heißen in Japan.
Flowers for Princess Fischl. Oh, look! It's Fischl's story!
That's right! Flowers for Princess Fischl. Have you read this book before, Klee?
Nope, but I know Fischl's story. Fischl always hangs out with Oz. Everyone in the Adventurers Guild knows. It's just like how me and Dodoko are always together. I wonder if Dodoko is getting bored now.
Oh, Klee, I'm afraid it can't be helped. There are a lot of flammable items at the festival, and we have to be careful not to start a fire.
Darn. It seems like even the Iridori Festival can't cheer Klee and Yoimiya up. There must be plenty of things you can do with Dodoko besides lighting fireworks and going fish blasting.
Yeah, like,
Like painting.
Wait, so that's what you're suggesting?
Ja, der Irodori Festival ist the perfect occasion for storytelling. Könnt ihr nicht einfach irgendwo in die Berge gehen, wo keine Bücher ausgestellt sind? Das sieht man von hier sowieso noch.
That's right! The Iridori Festival is a place for putting your work on display. You could show Dodoko's story for everyone here!
Think of it like Dodoko playing with everybody.
Bingo! What do you think of that idea, Klee?
Mr. Albedo taught me how to paint. I can paint the story of Dodoko's adventure in Inazuma.
That's very imaginative. I think it's a great idea. We could even put the finished story on display at the festival.
Yay, great! Dodoko will be so happy.
Perfect. Okay, so I have some paper, paintbrushes, and paint at the shop. Let's go to the shop and paint your story there.
Yay! Let's go, let's go!
Those two can run so fast when they're motivated. We better catch up.
Okay, ich glaube, ich hätte doch einen Cut machen sollen. Das ist zwar eine World Quest, aber es ist eine lange Quest. Eine sehr lange Quest, aber okay. Aber irgendwie schon wieder merkwürdig. Die haben nur 5-Star-Characters eingeladen bisher. Okay, Shingshu ist 4-Star, to be honest, aber jetzt heute zumindest nur 5-Stars da.
Klee and I just had a discussion, and we've decided...
We're gonna keep the content of the story a secret from you guys for now.
Why?
Obviously, I can't tell you why. Or... you'll see. Don't worry. You can keep exploring the festival while we're busy in the shop. We'll be here when you get back.
Come on, Yoimiya, we should get going. Let's go inside and start painting.
Okay, Yoimiya ist jetzt unsere Babysitterin.
I was hoping that we could all paint together. So unfair. Actually, Paimon's got an idea. Come on, let's go around to the windows and take a sneaky peek.
Wow. Ja, man sieht echt viel. Listen.
So, what does Dodoko do after getting to Inazuma?
Dodoko goes to eat tri-flavored skewers, tonkatsu ramen, and egg rolls.
Ooh, that sounds great! Is that what you're painting? It looks beautiful! Once you're done painting, let's go get it printed. We'll print a whole bunch of copies and go hand them out at the festival. Although it'll cost a lot more to get it printed. Let me see if I've got enough saved up.
It's okay, Yoimiya. I have some mora. Look!
50 mora is probably not quite enough. Well, if we don't have enough, we can ask the Traveler for ideas.
Miss Honorary Knight has helped a lot already. I don't want to trouble her. So, I think I should just go fish blasting to earn some mora.
No fish blasting. Paimon and the Traveler said so.
Oh, then we've got no choice. We'll have to go see Mr. Albedo.
Who's Mr. Albedo?
He's my older brother. He's super duper smart. He can do anything. And he knows how to paint, too. He paints Hilly-Churls, Kaya, and even Dodoko. That's why he came to Inazuma this time, to do paintings for everyone.
Oh, is that right? Then I guess Mr. Albedo must be an artist working with the iPublishing House.
An artist? Oh, that means he has 2 jobs. One as an alchemist, teaching Sucrose alchemy, and the other as an artist, doing paintings for people. Yoimiya, let me show you something. Mr. Albedo taught me you can paint Dodoko's color like this.
Wow, I can see the resemblance. All right, I'll paint the streets, and Klee, you fill in Dodoko's colors. Hey, you can even write the story over here to explain what's happening in the painting.
Okay, let's write this.
Oh.
Shoot! Paimon didn't hear the last part.
Dodoko sure had a lot of fun in Inazuma.
Those two sound like they really did go on an adventure with Dodoko. They couldn't be happier.
Now, we have to get Dodoko's story printed. Come on, let's go to the iPublishing House.
Wie lang ist denn das bitte noch? Ich meine, ich will mich jetzt eigentlich nicht beschweren, aber trotzdem, what?
Please speak to President Song.
Time to go.
Welcome to Bonton Sangha. What will you have? Here we are. This is the Yai Publishing House.
Yai Publishing House. Ooh, it's Auntie Aratani. I know Auntie Aratani.
Auntie? Who's that calling me Auntie? Oh, it's the little girl who came with Mr. Calx. How can I help you, little girl?
Auntie Aratani, can you help me get Dodoko's story printed so that everybody can see it?
Dodoko? Oh, so you've been writing a story, huh? Is Dodoko the main character?
Not only that, Dodoko is also real. Look!
Huh? I don't quite understand.
We'd better explain this to her.
Oh, I see. Oh, I'd love to help you make this wish come true, but I'm sorry. The deadline has passed for accepting printing orders for the Iridori Festival.
Auntie, are you saying Dodoko won't be able to meet everyone after all?
Oh, I'm sorry, little girl.
Oh, Klee, don't be upset. You still have me and the Traveler. We'll think of something.
Yeah, we'll find a way.
Miss Aratani, is there any way at all we can still get this printed? We can pay extra. And if you're short on staff to help with the printing, I can pitch in.
Miss Yoimiya, I understand your sentiment, but I'm afraid it's not as simple as that. We've been printing many people's personal works for this festival, and a lot of the books are already well behind schedule. The printing press is already working overtime to try and catch up. At a time like this, we really can't squeeze any more jobs in.
What do we do? Seems like we might have to give up on this idea.
No, I won't let that happen. I remember this one time when I was little. Pop said he'd take me to the festival, but he was so busy with work that he forgot all about it. I waited and waited and kept wondering when Pops was finally gonna take me there. Eventually, people started coming home from the festival. That night, I cried miserably. To this day, I still remember how sad I felt. I don't want Klee to feel the same way. If we can't get it printed, then we'll just have to find our own way. I can paint. Over the next few days, I'll paint as many as I can. Then we'll take those to the festival.
My. Yoimiya has quite a determined spirit. I like it very much.
It's Miko and Albedo too.
We heard everything.
Oh, Lady Ai.
It's okay, I know. You were just following the rules. Plus, we really are quite behind schedule with the printing. But our mission at Yae Publishing House is to bring dreams and happiness to the masses. It would be a crying shame if we couldn't even help one adorable little girl fulfill her wish. Let me think. Oh, I know. Yoimiya, little girl, you can print your book, but on one condition, okay?
Of course, Lady Guji. Just tell us. Whatever this condition is, I am ready to face it.
Dear me, it's nothing that horrendous. You make it sound like I'm some sort of wicked witch. All I mean is, if you want to get your work printed now, there is only one way. You have to combine it with another print. However, there is only a small amount of space remaining in the book in question. Your book is too big, so you have to reduce it to about half the size to make it fit. Is this a sacrifice that you're willing to make?
Klee, Lady Guji is saying that we can print the book if we shrink it to half the size. Are you okay with that?
Yup, I am. Thanks, Miss Guji lady.
What an adorable little girl. Well, that settles it. Aratani, make sure it gets printed with tonight's batch.
Yes, Lady Ai. I'll get right on it.
Combining the prints is a plausible solution, but it'll cause a lot of extra work for the printing press. I am terribly sorry about that.
No problem. Just think of it as my greeting gift for little Klee. Besides, the Yae Publishing House will need your help with the illustrations again next time, Mr. Calx. You could also consider it as my investment in you, All right, I won't disturb you two any longer. Bye-bye now.
Yay! Everything worked out perfectly. Now, we just need to wait for an update from the Eye Publishing House.
Yoimiya, Traveler. Thank you for keeping Clee so exceptionally well entertained for me.
No worries.
You should spend some time with Clee too, Albedo.
Yes, you're right. Clee is family, after all.
Das heißt im Endeffekt ja irgendwie, dass Story for you, wait for, aha. Teach me a story for you. Wait for printing to finish the next day. Ach so. Okay, ja gut. Ich dachte, die Quest wäre jetzt zu Ende. Alter, was ist denn das für eine lange Quest? Ja gut, dann werde ich eventuell echt das Video cutten und die Weltquest alleine machen. Muss mal schauen. Ich pausiere mal ganz kurz, weil ich gucken will, was der Discord sagt. Aber wir haben es 10 vor 10, dementsprechend, da wird nicht mehr viel gehen heute Abend. Bis gleich. Okay. TTT fällt wohl offenbar flach. Lu hat gefragt, 2 haben mehr oder weniger geantwortet und einer ist wahrscheinlich dann Roger, der bei Lu meistens eh dabei ist. Von daher wären wir nur 4 und mit 4 habe ich keinen Bock, also sind es nur 3, also fällt's flach. Das war jetzt hier schon wieder? Keine Ahnung. Hä? Hä? Oh. Oh. Ist das jetzt das Event? Oh. Aha. Read Poem. Ach so. Claim. Pay Lenny and learn how to get. Ach so. Ach, das gehört komplett hierzu. Ach so, ja gut, das ist komplett für Tag 1. Okay, gut. Ja gut, dann mache ich jetzt auch eine ganz lange Aufnahme. Und fasse einfach alles als Tag 1 zusammen irgendwie. Oder ich mache Legendary-Auftrag und dann mache ich Oberweltkrams. Das passt auch. Oder ich gebe mir sehr viel Mühe und zerschneide alles, wer weiß wie klein. Mal gucken. So, 14 bis 16 Uhr am nächsten Tag. Time. So. Boah, 2 Stunden fast. Ja, oder lasse ich es bei 2 Stunden? Eigentlich kann ich es aber 2 Stunden lassen. Fällt eh nicht auf. Mal wieder so ein 2-Stunden-Video dazwischen. Ja. Go to the festival. Ich dachte, ich soll jetzt hier warten. Und vor allem, wann haben die überhaupt das ganze Buch auseinandergenommen? Ich dachte, die haben nur ein paar Bilder gemalt. What the fuck? Und wie sieht deren Druckpresse überhaupt hier aus? So.
Look, Miss Honorary Knight, Auntie Aratani brought us Dodoko's story.
Now we can finally see what secrets Clee and Yoimiya were keeping from us.
Oh, it's really nothing that exciting.
It's the story of Dodoko and me.
And me. And you guys.
You put me in the story? Oh verdammt. Ich hab grad Schokolade im Mund. Moment. Warum muss ich... okay, das ist ein Bild dabei. Ich wollte gerade sagen, die haben doch hauptsächlich Bilder eigentlich nur gemacht, dachte ich. Ist jetzt auch nicht so viel Text, muss man dazu sagen. Oh Gott. All Dodokos must someday ride the wind and the waves and go on an adventure. A gentle and beautiful mother once said that. And just as she had predicted, our Dodoko was so happy when its best friend Clee said she was going to the Nation of Lightning for an adventure. Of course, Dodoko loves eating delicious food with Clee at Good Hunter and loves listening to the bards sing. But Dodoko loves counting the stars in the sky and twisting flowers into garlands together with Clee more. After all Dodokos long to ride the wind and waves on an adventure. Get to Inazuma, one needs to pass through the wild winds, pass over the great waves, and endure the terrifying trials of thunderstorms. But Totoko did not fear the howling wind, for that was the blessing of the Anemo Archon. Totoko did not worry about the rolling waves either, for it was very brave. As for the booming, crashing thunder, well, calmly facing all challenges that cross their path is the way of the Totoko clan. Of course, Totoko didn't want Klee to have to brave such dangers, but as bestest friends, they were bound to protect each other. And Totoko didn't want to be apart from Klee anyway. Without Klee, adventures would be like sweet flowers that cannot bloom, lonely and sad things. Even if Totoko were to cover every inch of Teyvat by land or sea, it would be meaningless, so there was no point hesitating. Totoko and its best friend Klee were off on an adventure. If they rode on a boat, they wouldn't be able to fly freely in the sky, or swim happily in the sea, but they'd have Klee's smile and albedo stories. And that was a good trade. Oh. Das ist hübsch, das ist niedlich. Das ist besser gemalt, als was ich jeweils malen könnte, glaube ich. In Inazuma, the nation of lightning, the flowers and grasses are all purple, and the fish and the birds are also purple. Everything is purple. Albedo would probably run out of purple paint trying to paint it all. Unfortunately, he couldn't be around to draw with Klee and Totoko. Albedo was an adult after all, and sometimes adults have to do adult things. Fortunately, Totoko still had Klee. He would often find happy things to do as long as Totoko was with Klee. Totoko would never be bored. Klee also had lots of friends in Inazuma, like Miss Honorary Knight, Paimon and Yoimiya, and so they all joined Totoko for the most fun adventure ever in Inazuma. Hooray for adventure. Alter, wie lang ist denn das noch? Miss Honorary Knight took Totoko up the tall Mount Yugu. What? Nein, haben wir nicht. When they got to a sacred Sakura, they were so tired from all the climbing that they fell asleep. And when they woke up, everyone had grown wings like a tengu. Klee's wings were red, Yoimiya's were gold, and Miss Honorary Knight's were blue. As for Paimon can fly without wings, so Paimon didn't grow any. Everyone opened their wings up, causing a huge gust of wind to roll forth. Shoom! And the Shrine Maiden's hair was all messed up. Oh no, she looked angry. Better run quick. Noch nicht spoilern. Ah, adventure truly was fun. But with a growl. Also, with a... Ich habe keine Ahnung. Also, growl im Sinne von, okay. Klee's stomach started calling out. Oh no, how could they have forgotten? Eating is an important part of adventuring too. Om nom 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 nom. And so everyone ate the onigiri they brought along, and they all had a great time. Totoko and Paimon finished their share very quickly, and as the very full Totoko looked at Klee's smile, he couldn't help but think, meeting Klee and the others is the most happiest thing that ever happened to Totoko. Ja, wieso ist Klee fast so groß wie wir? Und warum ist Paimon kleiner als alle? Wenn Paimon eigentlich fast so groß ist wie Klee. Oh yes, if you are reading this, you too are surely part of this big adventure. Adventuring together, laughing together, enjoying good food together. If you experience this together with everyone, then you must be a good friend. In which case you're invited to Yoimiya's fireworks show as well. Okay. Wäre da jetzt eigentlich auch der männliche Traveler, also Aoife, wenn man ihn hätte? But everyone was happily watching the fireworks, Yoimiya said. As long as our imaginations don't run dry, our minds will be freer than all others. And Klee blurted out, we'll always be best friends. See, Totoko was so happy to be together with its good friends. And now you are Totoko's good friends too, so you too should go on a grand adventure with your friends. Oh, way too much text. Weil es geht halt. Wenn man es halt nicht vorlesen muss, dann ist es gut.
Paimon's in the story too! This is Paimon's first time featuring in a printed book! Woohoo! Paimon's gonna be famous!
Of course we included Paimon. This is the story of everyone's big happy adventure with Totoko.
This story is me and Yoimiya's gift for Miss Honorary Knight.
Lady Yai wanted me to inform you that since this book was printed together with another work, there are many more copies than you may have anticipated. We won't charge you a printing fee, but in exchange, the extra copies of your book will be included as a free gift with purchases of the other book. Is that okay with you?
Oh, are you sure? I mean, it's fine by us. But what does the author of the book think?
Actually, the book that yours was printed with is called the Teyvat Travel Guide.
Hey! That's Mommy's book!
So, Klee's mother is a writer? Huh.
Klee's mother, Alice, is a renowned adventurer in Teyvat, and the Inazuma edition of her popular Teyvat Travel Guide series is set to be released imminently. Lady Yae has already decided on how to promote it, a joint endeavor by Teyvat's biggest and best mother-daughter adventure duo. It's sure to be a huge hit.
Paimon knew it! Miko would never do anything for free.
A typical move by Lady Yae. It works out well for everybody, doesn't it?
Yep, I'm super happy because my book gets to be released together with Mommy's book. It's like me and Mommy going on an adventure together. Oh, I'm so glad I came. The Iridori Festival is the best!
It's the official stall of the Yae Publishing House. To request a fanfiction booth, please apply here. Check out our very
Also, let's go, Dodoko. Warte mal, das kommt im gleichen Buch wie der Teyvat Travel Guide für Inazuma. Ja, wo ist denn der Travel Guide jetzt bei mir, wenn ich nur Dodoko Tales lesen kann? Die sind doch in einem Buch, habe ich gehört. Ja, ne, also ich verstehe es immer noch nicht. Wie machen die das? Oder wie wollen sie das machen? Das Game, klar, es ist ein Service-Game irgendwie. Solange es sich gut verkauft mit seinen Gacha-Sachen, wird es auch fleißig weiterentwickelt werden. Und ich hoffe, selbst wenn dem nicht der Fall ist, die werden mittlerweile so viel eingenommen haben. Das Spiel ist jetzt nicht der größte Programmieraufwand, würde ich mal sagen. Im Verhältnis zu anderen Spielen ist das hier relativ simpel alles. Weil das Core-System haben sie halt aufgestellt zu Anfang. Es ist nichts Besonderes. Und ein paar neue Skills ausdenken und so weiter ist jetzt auch nicht wahrscheinlich das Schwerste. Also einen Charakter ausdenken, der irgendwie eine Waffe trägt, ein Element hat und mit diesem Element einen Skill nutzt. Und einen Burst-Skill. Das ist die Hälfte von dem, was Might-Götter haben. Gut. Dementsprechend, das dürfte halt echt nicht so schwer sein. Ich frage mich halt nur wirklich, diese ganzen Event-Quests, die sind komplett vertont. Die haben dafür Geld bezahlt. Klar, es gibt welche, die vielleicht jetzt gerade anfangen, weil sie hören, oh, neues Event. Aber macht auch keinen Sinn, weil wenn es ein Folgeevent ist, wie beim Drachenkrat im Endeffekt. Ja. Und wie ist das mit neuen Spielern? Mit diesem System werden halt nur die Alten bevorzugt, die halt schon alles gesehen haben, von Anfang an dabei sind. Was ist mit denen, die mittendrin erst dazu gestoßen sind? Die haben ja voll Sachen verpasst und klar, man kann sie nachholen. Es gibt genug Videos, wo Leute die ganzen Quests halt aufnehmen, ohne Commentary und Co. Aber es ist halt nicht das gleiche, wenn man es selber spielt und selber erfährt dadurch. Ich gehe echt davon aus, dass wenn das Spiel irgendwann mal so weit fertig ist mit der Story und der ganzen Weltkarte, dass es vielleicht echt ein, ja, an sich Free-to-Play bleibt, aber man quasi alle extra Sachen, die nicht Hauptstory sind oder Legendary Quest, also Character Legendary Quest wie Yae Quest, Ayato Quest, dass die alle, ja, im Endeffekt als DLC zu kaufen sind. Plus deren Eventwaffe auf R5. Wo man halt aber dann das Event durchspielt und nach und nach einfach nur die Refinements bekommt, ohne die ganzen extra Sachen. Wenn es dann 10 Euro pro Quest sind oder 5 Euro pro Quest, das ist teilweise sogar noch ganz okay, würde ich mal sagen. Klar, bis dahin sind sehr viele Quests und es sind dann sehr viele DLCs, was im Endeffekt, ja, dann auch nicht im Verhältnis ist, aber hey, EA macht das mit Sims auch und geht's offenbar auch ganz gut, von daher. Und ich würde sagen, das hier ist noch ein bisschen mehr oder besser als Sims. Aber okay. Gut, so die komische andere Quest hier. Hirodori Party-Dingens. Nee, Poem. Wie hieß das Ding? Egal, Bilder machen. Wupp, wupp. Otomo. Miss Wonderful. Timing. Lenny and I were just working on a new poem. Need my help in getting some inspiration again? That's right. Under Otomo's instruction, I've been composing another poem with an Inazuman style. Although, admittedly, I'm still quite the amateur. The theme of this poem is friendship, and indeed both of us can only lament that we did not meet sooner. One of the... Weil du bist relativ jung, du bist schon so alt irgendwie, aber okay. One of the lines I would like to write depicts animals wandering the landscape in companionship with one another. Since it's an Inazuma poem, we must reference creatures unique to these lands. We do see animals unique to Inazuma pretty often, whether it be ones that walk or fly. But since they appear out in the wild, let's head out and search for some Anisha. I'm in your debt, please help me make... Okay, lamenting animals, ja. Fuck, welche vier Animals? Mir fallen nur die Kackfüchse ein bisher. Oh, halt, hier, Wald. Die komischen Tanuki. Tanuki sind schon mal 1. Tanuki. Zählt die Statue auch? Wahrscheinlich nicht. Oh! Wieder so eine komische Musikscheibe gefunden. Cool. Wieso finde ich die jetzt alle random? Auf einmal. Aber interessant, dass es die gibt.
Time to go.
Okay, wahrscheinlich muss ich jetzt gegen euch kämpfen, weil ich bin von der falschen Seite hergegangen. So. Piu, piu. Könntest du bitte... Ist sie schon tot? Hey, du hast sie einfach nur geportet. Darum war sie weg. Könntest du bitte endlich mal deine Sachen droppen? Danke. So, dich noch. Ich wollte gerade sagen, hier fällt doch gerade ein Item weg. Halt, lag da was? Nein. Da lag nichts, okay. So. Nope. Ja, vielleicht gleich da. So, zählt jeder als einzelnes Tier? Ist ja voll cool. Ihr zählt nicht als Tiere. Nur weil ihr einen Tag habt, oder was? Ihr zählt nicht als Tiere? Okay. Das könnte jetzt nervig werden. Boah. Und vor allem, was hat mir eine Friend-Dingens geschickt? The fuck? Level 56 und need help with Geohypostasis. Are you fucking serious? Nein, ich wollte dich annehmen. Halt. Unfriend. Ja. Falscher Knopf. Ich will keine Randoms. Oh Mann. Auch wenn ich die Hälfte von den Leuten, die bei mir in der Liste sind, eh noch Randoms sind irgendwie, aber es waren Stream-Randoms. Aber okay. Zählt... Ne, die zählen nicht als, oder? Zählt der Hirschkäfer wieder als... Da ist ein scheiß Fuchs. So, Foto. Ah, das zählt, ist klar. Wo kommst du auf einmal her? Warst du schon immer hier? Hi there, you can come to me if there's anything you need help with. I have to work harder my duties as a shrine maiden to earn the approval of Lady I, after all. Lady I's approval, huh? Yes, Lady I praised me after completing my mission in Tetrasuna. That was the happiest moment of my life. That's why from that day on I've decided to work even harder to serve Lady I. I want to become a shrine maiden whom Lady I can count on even more than Kano Nana. I really don't understand why Lady I and Kano Nana are so close. She even shares her secrets with her. I mean, I can help from her in many ways, for sure. Stand die da schon immer? So. Basically, you are an animal. But you don't count. Okay. Verdammt, ich wollte dich eigentlich fotografieren. Ich hab nicht dran gedacht. Was sind denn hier noch für Tiere unterwegs? Kranich zählst du? Jetzt wäre Aloy ganz praktisch. Okay, jetzt wäre Aloy echt praktisch. Was gibt's denn hier noch? Ach, ja gut, die Krabben. Krabben! Wobei Krabben gibt's überall. In der Theorie zumindest. Gut, das sind eine Menge Erze. Zählen die Slimes als Inazuma-Variante? Ich glaube nicht. Aber es wäre cool. Okay. Es ist jetzt blöd. Ein Hydro-Carry am Strand zu nehmen, ist ein bisschen blöd. So. Euch habe ich eigentlich gar keine Lust. Warum ist es euer Lucky Day, wenn ihr eigentlich gleich drauf gehen würde, wenn ich gegen euch kämpfen würde? Zählen die komischen blauen Quallenviecher bei Dingens? Watatsumi? Was gibt's denn hier noch? Zählen die Schnecken am Strand? I'm confused. Aber okay. Das ist echt eine blöde Quest. Ich mag die Quest nicht. Natürlich muss es jetzt regnen. Oh. Die komischen Dinger, die kommen ja auch nur aus den Glitzerdingern raus. Ja, mysterious Corn-Dinger.
But it's best to dry your clothes as soon as possible after the rain stops.
Ich habe auf euch keine Lust. Nö, könnt mich. Mich mal kreuzweise. Zählt der Junge als Lebewesen? Das Area? Beim Animals zählen da Monster zu? Ich würde ja schon sagen, dass Monster dazu zählen. Alter, ist jetzt auch gut mit der Musik. Wann habe ich Schaden genommen? Was für Tiere denn noch? Dich habe ich fotografiert. Die Katzen werden auch nicht zählen. Alter, ist jetzt gut mit der Musik, oder? Ich habe schon fotografiert, deswegen zählt es nicht mehr. Das ist blöd. Boah, was gibt's denn da noch? Du bist zwar eigentlich ein allgemeines... Ja, du bist ein allgemeines Tier, deswegen zählt es natürlich nicht. Das Oni-Kabuto-Ding zählt natürlich auch nicht. Wäre ja auch zu einfach. Wo gibt's denn hier noch irgendwelche Tiere? Ah, die kommen... Oh, Moment. Zählt Enkonomia als Inazuma? Nee, oder? Kranich, habe ich schon. Noch ein Kranich. Foto? Nö. Okay, Moment. Hier ist doch auch nichts mehr. Okay, versuchen wir die komischen Quallenviecher zu fotografieren.
Clear weather all around brightens the heart.
Ja. Denn ist auch eine Weltquest, die ich noch nicht angenommen habe oder nicht gefunden habe vorher. Oh, ich weiß, wo hier noch ein Tanuki ist. Komischen Quallenviecher verschwinden eh gerade, das ist ein bisschen blöd.
Time to go.
Die Marderhunde gibt's ja auch noch, ja. Nope, die zählen schon mal nicht. So. Gut.
Time to go.
Und nur so einen komischen Marderhund. Oder halt, nee, die ich gerade im Kopf habe, das sind die in der Chasm-Region. Gibt's denn hier jetzt noch für Tiere? Gab's hier noch irgendwelche Tiere? Katzen. Spectrals, nö. Gab's hier irgendwelche Tiere? Hm. Okay. Die Hundipundis zählen, glaube ich, nicht als Tiere, oder? Gar nicht, Viecher. Können Glossar nachgucken, ob ich da irgendwelche Tiere drin stehen habe. Archiv. Travelog, Geography, Living Beings. Tierisch. Kann ich bitte nach Region sortieren? Ne, kann ich natürlich nicht. Kitsune, Far North, Shiba. Zählst du als... Moment. Du zählst als Inazuma-Tier? Moment. Moment. Das Vieh zählt als separates Tier für Inazuma. Es ist ein Hund, aber es ist ein Special-Hund. Moment. Irgendwo war hier doch einer, oder? Komm her, Hundi-Pundi. Ja gut, hier in der Tierstube ist einer, aber der hat wieder einen Namen, das heißt, das zählt wieder nicht. Muss irgendein normaler Hundi-Pundi sein. Hundi-Pundi, wo bist du? Ich brauche ein Foto. Zählen Inazuma Katzen denn vielleicht auch? Da ist eine Katze. Foto. Die zählt natürlich wieder nicht.
Time to go.
Bei Katzenrassen sind die Leute raus, aber bei Hunderassen, da sind sie voll Feuer und Flamme.
Time to go.
Was soll irgendwo ein Hund sein?
I follow the wind.
Madame Ping in der Zuma Edition. Das Ding. Oh, scheiße, halt, wo ist die Quest? French und Writing. Okay, da sollte ich nicht hingehen. Wollte mir jetzt echt sagen, dass ich hier keinen Köter finde. Wow. Wollt ihr mir gerade echt weismachen, dass ich hier keinen Hund in der ganzen Stadt finde? Das ist nicht euer Ernst. Wird doch irgendwo ein Hund sein. Da! Komm. Wenn du nichts willst, dann weiß ich auch nicht. Natürlich zieht der Hund nicht als... Oh Mann. Cool, Hauptsache ich gehe einmal komplett außen rum. Enemies and Monsters. Animals. Heißt das, dass man das Ding fangen kann? Oder was soll das heißen? Ah. Du bist das neue Ding. Ihr habt echt Unterschiede? Ja, Baktenuki. Fische! Oh mein Gott. Ich bin nicht auf die Idee gekommen, Fische zu fotografieren. Aufs Meer. Wenn der Fisch jetzt auch nicht zählt, dann drehe ich durch. So, warte mal, wo war das? Das war da. Wenn der Fisch auch nicht zählt, dann weiß ich auch nicht. Ich dachte, hier wäre mehr Erz. Schon ganz vergessen, wie melodramatisch irgendwie die Musik hier war. Was melodramatisch? Keine Ahnung. Kann sein. Déjà vu. I've been to this place before. So ähnlich. Ja, als Déjà vu merkt man sich von dem eh nicht. Wehe. Die Fische zählen nicht. Wieso sind die Fische jetzt nicht da?
Into the wind.
Geht drauf, kommt. Aha. Jetzt sind Fischis da. Hä? Aber wo? Hä? Fishing. No. Hab ich Schaden genommen. Würdet ihr bitte von da hinten wegkommen? So. Das hatte ich aber sonst nie, dass ich erst die Gegner platt machen musste. Das war sonst deutlich angenehmer. Aber okay. Ne, ich will immer noch nicht.
Into the wind.
Muss ich jetzt echt erst eine Runde drehen, damit die wieder respawnen? Oh, come on. Denn das Treibgut. Moment. Das Treibgut will ich haben. Was kommt am nächsten Tag? 3 Früchte oder so? 4 Früchte? Das ist kein Treibgut! Ey, zieht der Fisch da im Wasser? Nö. Es ist nicht das Treibgut, was ich haben wollte. Zack. Ansonsten werde ich jetzt gleich pausieren und dann die Dinger suchen, aber ich hatte jetzt keinen Bock extra zu pausieren. Weil das wäre jetzt eh die letzte und einzige Aufnahme, die ich heute mache. Die sind eiskalt nicht gerespawnt hier. Oh, was gibt's denn noch für fucking Tiere hier? Die Kois bei Serei. Komm, versuchen wir die. So muss ich einfach nur hier runterspringen. Und das sind keine Gegner. Doch, das sind auch Gegner. Fuck. Aber da könnten weniger Gegner sein. I believe I can fly. I believe I... Hier sind keine. So. Fuck ist mit dem seiner Textur verkehrt. Ach. Das akzeptierst du jetzt als Foto? Glaub das jetzt nicht. Oh Gott. Ich glaub das nicht. Das akzeptiert ihr als Foto. Und vor allem, das war nur ein Mondfisch. Warte mal, halt Mondfisch, war der hier beheimatet? Ich habe keine Ahnung. Aber egal.
Time to go.
Oh Mann. So, Otomo. Pictures friend here, they are. Let me see. Oh, these are great. I think I know what to write now. I've written a few more versions of the stanza based on the pictures that you brought. Why don't you pick the one we should use once again? A new friend, yet as it from old days. How I wish our story could have begun there. Imagine all the nights of tale-telling, their mystery enchanting. Imagine all our wild dreaming to borrow the wind and sunny days like birds flying. Imagine all the lakes and seas we could have gone roaming. Das finde ich mir cool. Stars shine upon our meeting, the sky embellished with pearls sprinkling from the joy of union. We are awakening, our sleeves inlaid with moonlit dews shimmering. Das sieht doch gut aus. I feel that crossing rivers and seas takes a great deal of time, but if I had a friend with me, I'm sure it would be a glad time. Friends, since both you and Otomo love this phrase so, then let us use it. Any women in the pictures complement each other a lot. Honestly, the poem just gets more and more moving as you read it. And look at the images. To be honest, I have also been writing a poem for which I might need your aid tomorrow. Do you need me to take some pictures too? Hey, let's go to more detailed. Nein! I don't want to. Stand da irgendeine Uhrzeit bei, bis wann ich warten muss? Oder war es einfach nur am nächsten Tag? Das wäre jetzt eventuell gut zu wissen. Sollte ich mal nachgucken, verdammt. So. 8 bis 12 Uhr. Klasse. Hui. Ja. Dr. Otomo. Ah, you're here. Lenny wrote off our regrets that we did not meet sooner yesterday, and so today I wish to gift him a verse as well. It's my honor to accept such a gift. Also, I'm an old man now. After meeting friends from Mondstadt in recent days, I have grown great interest in the place. For this poem I wrote an imitation of Mondstadt bards, and the verse will also mention some of that land's scenery. Unfortunately, I've never been to Mondstadt, but could you help me take a few pictures of Mondstadt's regional specialities? Leave it to me. Haha, in that case, I will count on you, just like the previous. Bla bla bla. Okay, aber da finde ich Sachen. Das ist einfach. Mondstadt ist einfach. Moment. So, wir fangen beim Baum an. Das sind die Windmühlenastern. Das geht jetzt sehr schnell. Da. Fuck this shit. Knipsen. So. Next thing. Mondblütendinger. Mondglocken. Glockenblumen. Glockenmonde. Wie haben die nochmal gehießen? Nein, andere Richtung. Kamera. So. Ja, Lampgrass. So, den Berg rauf gibt's noch die nächsten. Die nächsten Dinger. Oh, wenn ich eh schon gerade hier bin. Okay, nee, da renne ich jetzt garantiert nicht hoch, weil ich habe noch keinen Resin. Okay, was habe ich noch? Dandelion Breezes, die sind hier anfangs wieder, aber es gibt die auch hier auf dem Berg irgendwo. Hier oben sind die Cecilias, da muss ich so nach oben klettern. Und dann noch die Dandelion Seeds. Okay, dann habe ich alles. Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott, ist der Weg weit. Vielleicht finde ich auch unterwegs noch die Dandelion-Dinger. Ich hoffe es. Ja, da hinten sind welche.
Time to go.
Welcher Distanz nimmt er die Sachen? So, nein. Und dann noch da oben. Da sind die Cecilias, wie sie heißen.
Time to go.
War das Wasser schon immer hier in der Gegend rum? War ich schon immer so sinnloses Erz? Janis Troubles. Nur wenn sie auf dem Weg liegt. Okay, sie liegt auf dem Weg. Verdammt. Hui. Was die Pilze haben wollte oder was wollte die haben? Oder was das Romeo und Julia Paar? What are you doing here, traveler? I'm out looking for apple, but not having much luck so far. Du gehst so weit nur für Äpfel? Also auf der Karte ist das gar nicht mal so viel eigentlich, aber wenn man von hier so runter guckt, das ist doch eine relativ große Fläche eigentlich für das erste Area. Bloß Drachengrad eigentlich ja offiziell sogar. Und da oben Norden kommen ja auch noch bestimmt Sachen. 3 apples, sure. Come and see me. Found anything yet? Sure did. Please, perfect. Bla.
Time to go.
So, Cecilias. Ach, und die schöne Mondstadt Main Theme irgendwie. Sind die hier? Ja. Foto. Ja. Warum nicht gleich so schnell? Wenn ich jetzt eh gerade hier oben bin, dann sammle ich auch noch ein paar mehr Cecilias ein. Zack. Oh, das wird schön, wenn im Sommer eventuell oder nach dem Sommer Sumeru kommt. Und dann erstmal irgendwie 3, 4 Patches lang nur Sumeru-Charaktere kommen. Und vor allem immer ein 5-Star und ein 4-Star. Wenn überhaupt ein 4-Star. Das wird so nervig werden. Oh Mann. Da hinten ist ein bisschen Lot-Flickering. Nennt man das Lot? Das war aber auch schon damals in Skyrim so ekelhaft. Was ich ja jetzt nicht weiß so im Nachhinein ist, klar, Rendering Distance und so weiter. Aber es sieht schon so ein bisschen ekelhaft aus, wenn man vom Weiten halt das Gras nicht komplett lädt. Und die Render Distance habe ich schon auf Max gestellt, glaube ich, oder? Also klar, was ganz weit weg ist, das ist dann okay, aber wenn ich halt drauf zufliege und die ganze Fläche dann so platt bleibt, ich weiß ja nicht. Shadow Quality, Visual Effects, Mounted Detail, bla bla bla, Crowd Density, bla bla bla, Silver Scattering, bla 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 bla. Environmental, okay, Environmental Detail ist aber nicht Rendering Distance. Render Resolution ist es ja auch nicht. Okay, gibt es einfach keine Settings für. Okay. Egal, auf noch in der Summe. Bitte, nie wieder irgendwelche Fotoquests. So langsam sind die zum Kotzen. Eieiei. So. Was ist denn 22:30 Uhr? Ich bin seit 2,5... Ich nehme erst 2,5 Stunden auf. Interessant. Ich habe einmal kurz eine Pause gemacht. Plus Maxi, ja, das kommt sogar gut hin. Es kommt mir schon wieder so lange vor, aber es ist... Boah, es geht. Well then, how are you? The pictures coming along. Have them right here. Thank you, thank you. Ah, with these I can finally pen a satisfactory poem down. Now then, let me think. Here's my draft, written according to the pictures you brought back. Wow. Why don't you choose the stanzas we should use? So my friend, cast your glance upon the sakura once more. This the first sip of sweet sake, savor its eternal tenderness that renders you in awe. So my friend, cast your glance upon the sakura once more. Tis the steep cliff climbed in youth, a lonely silhouette lingering in the dream. Tis the freshly picked flower, its shape round and plump. Tis the first ride in search of the wind, on an unknown path a journey unfolds. Das ist gut. So my friend, cast your glance upon the sakura once more. 'Tis a newly written ballad on your lips. Bury it in your heart, hang it high amidst the starry night. Jo. Indeed, using tracing the wind's footsteps as a metaphor for setting off on a journey is a very monster-like expression. Otomo's poem is already broken through the usual form of the Inazuma poem, yet it also uses ancient style to depict all manner of unforgettable human experiences. Perhaps he means to say that all the monsters in Inazuma may seem greatly different, they do share some common aesthetics, just as how the two of us, despite being from these different nations, we are able to bond as poets. Ah, the thing that you were able to grasp the feelings behind this verse so quickly, despite being so young. I didn't believe in the idea of making friends of disparate ages from yourself before. But now I know that it is true. What a joyful truth it is. And you too, learned young lady, that we three should have met here. There must be some destiny at play. Indeed, the trip to Inazuma was a pretty bumpy one, but none of that matters now. Even when I return to Mondstadt, I remember everything I've seen here in Inazuma. This is also thanks to the pictures you brought. I hope that someday we three shall meet once again. Ich nicht. We will. Ich will nicht. Nächstes Jahr bitte wieder Windblumenfestival. Weil die Belohnung ist einfach Rotz. Aber okay. So, Event Details. Claim. Claim. Keine Eventwährung, wundert mich. An welchem Tag darf ich nämlich im Theatermechanikus-Ding spielen? Will nicht. So, Special Invitation, ja, Poem Departing, okay. Obtain Score of Springtide Events, Show of Force. Achieve Victory in versus the Mightiest Warrior on Serious Difficulty or Higher. Complete the 4th Floral Theme. Mhm. Okay. So, und du? Complete the 3rd Poem in the Moon and Stars. Mhm. Gibt viel zu viel meiner Meinung nach, aber okay. Gut, dann habe ich jetzt in 2,5 Stunden so ungefähr Gesamttag 1 fertig. Da das Video ist mir jetzt definitiv zu lang geworden, um es zu kürzen. Weil das, ja gut, das Reinladen würde mir zu lange dauern. Das wären bestimmt 5 Minuten oder so mittlerweile, die ich reinladen müsste. Und ich habe ja gemerkt, es geht schneller, einfach das Video hochzuladen, als es noch zu rendern. Klar, das gerenderte Video ist dann von der Filegröße her ein bisschen kleiner. Maximal die Hälfte, wenn überhaupt. Aber die Zeit, die es fürs Rendern braucht, bei einer annehmbaren Qualität, ist halt, ja, zu hoch. Ich könnte die Qualität runterschalten, aber dann, ja, dann habe ich halt kürzere Renderzeit, kleineres Video und so weiter. Aber da ich nicht mehr auf Upload oder kleine Dateien angewiesen bin, wie vor sehr vielen Jahren, lade ich halt das Video in der... Na gut, wie lange brauche ich jetzt das Video? Das hier werden bestimmt fast 20 GB jetzt sein. Es wird schon so eine Weile dauern, aber ist ja auch Überlänge jetzt, von daher passt das. Gut. Dann würde ich jetzt trotzdem hier an der Stelle erstmal Schluss machen für heute und morgen Abend dann die nächste Quest und dann muss ich gucken, wie ich an den freien Tagen das mir einteile. Denn ich will eigentlich möglichst alles jetzt schaffen in den nächsten Tagen. Das heißt, am Wochenende muss ich mir definitiv einen Tag frei nehmen dafür. Also einen Tag Ruhe nehmen. Gut, dementsprechend sage ich dann hier ciao und bis dann.